Hi everyone. One second, same old, got to move the thing. One sec. Hi, it's been a while, I'm really sorry. It's actually been, I was just looking at my last video and it's been since January the 19th and today is the 31st of May. So it's been about 5 months. I'm really sorry, I didn't realise it had been that long. Yeah, a lot's been happening. So, okay, bit of a catch up. Last time I recorded, I'd gone along to have a feel and they couldn't feel me. And then, so I was going to have an x-ray. At that time I thought it would be about a week. It was actually nearly 2 months before I had the x-ray. Really wasn't very happy about that, as you can imagine. Kept phoning and phoning and phoning, not really getting anything. Real lack of communication from the guys at Chichester. Anyway, so finally went along, had the x-ray, and when I was under the x-ray, so you stand up. I don't know if anyone who hasn't had it or is interested. You kind of stand up on a ledge and then they tilt you back, and then at that point they then x-ray you. Drink some of that, I can't remember what it's called, stuff that shows up in the x-ray, and that basically went straight through, showing I had no restriction. And then he found the port very easily. Wasn't very communicative with me, to be honest. I was like, oh, so it isn't twisted then? And he was like, no, fine, wasn't really saying anything. Anyway, so they filled me up. They only put 1.5 mil in me. And then I went back home, and I didn't really have any more restriction at all. And I phoned up, I think I had that done on a Thursday, I can't really remember, and I phoned up on the Monday and said, oh, what's the report say? I don't have any restriction. They still haven't got the report back. It was about 2 weeks until Chichester got the report from Portsmouth. At that point the secretary said that everything was fine and it wasn't twisted. So okay, fine, but I don't have restriction. So anyway, so they gave me an appointment so that was end of March. They then gave me an appointment in April to go and see my consultant at Chichester and have another fill. I couldn't make the date they gave me because I was actually away with work, and then I was told I'd have to wait another month. They only did one appointment once a month now because they're so busy. Ridiculous. So that's kind of what's been happening. So then I haven't had restriction. I've put on weight. I'd lost 3 stone in all, and now I've lost about 2.5 stone in all, which is really disheartening. I was exercising, I was being quite good, and then I just completely went to pot. I was just so sick of it, and just trying to get anything from the receptionist, secretary of the PA, whatever she's called, at Chichester is near on impossible. They talk to you like you're a prat, or you're nagging. For them a month doesn't seem long. Bearing in mind that I now had surgery in September, and it's now, tomorrow will be the 1st of June. It has been so slow. Anyway, so I got an appointment for May, and I went on Friday to Chichester and saw my consultant to have another fill, and they couldn't fill me. He tried about 25 times, maybe more, 4 needles, I think, 3 or 4 needles, and said he can feel the port and he can feel where it should go in, but it's not going in. He can't get it in there. Obviously I was absolutely devastated again, and he then sat me down. I just want to show you something actually, because it's so painful now. Excuse me, I know you've all seen me before, so it doesn't really matter, but I don't know if you'll be able to see. I just need to get this up so you can see. Okay. So, one sec. See here? You can see, so it's really swollen here. This is where the port obviously was. And this is the bruising where he was trying. And it's really swollen, if you can see. If you can see to the other side. How much this one's sticking out now. Like a boob. It's really quite painful. It actually kind of feels like... It actually kind of feels like how it did when I had surgery, when I lay on it. But anyway, so he sat me down after and he said that there were two options now. The first option was that I would go back to Portsmouth and have an x-ray again, and the second option was that I have surgery to open up and see what's going on with the port. I was really angry and upset, and for a while couldn't kind of decide what I wanted to do, and was going to go away and think about it. And I kind of said, well, you know, how long is it going to take to have the x-ray? And he said, oh, well, it's not done here, so we have to refer you, and, you know, bearing in mind that it took 2 months last time. And he said, I'll write the letter today, but I can't really, you know, it's kind of out of their office, it's kind of out of their hands. Oh, if I have surgery, then I'd hope to do it within a month, but it could be up to 2 months. And I said, well, could you guarantee that I would have the surgery before the end of July? Because I'm actually going away at the end of July. And he said no. That's the thing, isn't it? And he said to me, it's, you know, it's because you're an NHS patient. But actually, when I was waiting to go in, I was talking to someone who was private, and they were saying how long they've been on the waiting list to have surgery now, and it doesn't seem any quicker if you're private or NHS at the moment. It just seems so busy. So I was thinking about it for a while. I just thought, you know, I asked his advice, and he said, you know, if you can not have it, if you always need to have it under under x-ray, then that's going to take, you know, you have to have that every time. And I was just like, well, he said, you know, I think you should have it corrected. And as much as I don't want to have surgery again, I kind of agree that I'd like to see him rather than go and see someone else who's only going to fill me 1.5 million. So that's where I'm at the moment. I haven't had prescription now for nearly 6 months. Oh no, over 6 months. Over 6 months, sorry, because I lost it before Christmas. Over 6 months, I haven't had prescription. And I'm about to have surgery again. Yay! So I'll have to have more time off work. Obviously the dangers of having surgery, putting all my family and friends and boyfriend through all of that again. And they might even open me up, and who knows, do you know what I mean? It could be worse. So I am considerably pissed off with it all. I'm fed up. I just want to lose weight. I just want to move on with my life. I feel like everything is in limbo. But I've decided that I need to take responsibility a bit more as well. Sorry, 1 second, I'm just going to check. I don't want it to cut out. Okay, it's quite long. I'm rambling. Okay, I'm gonna stop there about the moaning and and what's happened, and I'm gonna do another video instantly about what I'm gonna do and blah blah blah. Okay, I'll see you in a bit. Bye.